The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the big city. John stood by the old oak tree, a solitary figure against the twilight sky. His heart, heavy with longing, mirrored the darkening landscape. Years had passed since he last saw Amelia, the love of his life, lost to fate. The oak tree had once been their sanctuary, a sturdy witness to laughter, whispered secrets, and dreams woven between steely city buildings. In the soft rustling of its leaves, John could almost hear her voice again, teasing him about his aversion to heights while urging him to climb just one more branch. He remembered the way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was excited, and how her eyes sparkled like stars caught in a net of twilight. As dusk settled, the city began to glow with a million lights, each one a distant memory, a fragment of their shared past. John found solace in this familiar vista, both comforting and painful. He pulled out an aged photograph from his jacket pocket, the corners soft from constant handling. It was taken at the very spot where he stood now, two smiling faces, framed by the gnarled branches of the oak. Amelia's laughter echoed in his mind, blending with the warm breeze of the approaching summer. Healing was a slow process, one that felt futile some days, but he came to the oak tree in search of the good and the beautiful memories they created together. He often wondered what she would think of him now, whether she would see the weariness in his eyes, the residue of grief that clung to his heart like morning fog. Would she smile, urging him to find joy again, or would she simply nod in understanding, knowing the depth of his sorrow? With a heavy sigh, John placed the photograph gently against the rough bark, holding it in place with the palm of his hand. "It's just us again, Amelia," he whispered into the twilight. "Just one more moment." He had spent countless evenings here, grappling with loneliness and regret. Life had moved on without her, twisting paths through love and heartbreak, filled with transient encounters and insipid conversations, yet nothing could fill the void she had left behind. Friends had encouraged him to let go, to find someone new, but every fleeting connection felt like a misuse of the love he still harbored within. As he stood lost in his thoughts, a gentle touch brushed against his arm. Startled, he turned to see a little girl, her pigtails bouncing as she danced around the roots of the tree. She looked up at him with curious eyes, the same shade of blue that Amelia had, and for a brief moment, panic surged through his heart. "Are you talking to the tree?" she asked innocently. John crouched down to meet her gaze. "No, not the tree. I'm talking to someone I miss very much." He paused, the warmth of the moment shifting the weight in his chest, letting it spread a little lighter. The girl tilted her head as if trying to understand. "Do you think she can hear you?" He chuckled softly. "I hope so. I like to think she's listening." The girl smiled encouragingly, and John couldn't help but feel a spark of that forgotten connection. "When I miss my grandma," she said, "I talk to the sunset. It's pretty and reminds me of her smile." For the first time in years, John felt a small crack open in his heavy heart, allowing warmth to seep in. "That's beautiful," he said softly. "Maybe you can help me say goodbye." The little girl nodded and reached for his hand. Together they turned to face the horizon, the last remnants of sunlight spilling like melted gold across the cityscape. "Close your eyes," she instructed. He complied, taking a deep breath as he pictured Amelia standing there beside him, a radiant smile on her face, urging him onward. As they stood in silence, the girl squeezed his hand, anchoring him to the moment, to the world still ripe with potential. The sky deepened into a velvet canvas studded with stars, each one a reminder that love, like the cosmos, is ever present, even when it feels lost. When he finally opened his eyes, the little girl was watching him intently. "Did you say goodbye?" John smiled, warmth blossoming in his chest like the stars above. "I did. Thank you." With that, she twirled away, laughing as she became one with the night, leaving John with the profound understanding that while loss could never fully fade, memory could blend with new experiences, stitching together the past and the present in ways he never thought possible. With his heart lighter and the shadows retreating, John took one last look at the oak tree, the silent guardian of his love. "I will find joy again, Amelia," he whispered, his voice steady amidst the soft sounds of the city waking up to the night. And for the first time in a long time, he believed it.